Okay, so I'm going to show you how to do the mean absolute deviation using a calculator. So using the same exact data that we learned how to do in the table in our book mathematically, I'm going to show you how to do it in your calculator. Now this is a lot of steps, but it also takes out the human error of potentially adding something wrong, doing the steps out of order, all of that kind of stuff. And just like anything else, the more you practice doing these steps over and over again in your calculator, the easier it's going to get. So I have a paper copy of this that I will hand out to you in class, or I have it posted into the Google Classroom. So if you want to have that to look at these steps or go back and refer to them, they are there for you. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do, just like any other data set, you have to start by typing it into your calculator. So go to Stat, Edit, and we're going to type in our data to the list. Under list 1, L1. Okay, that's important to remember that here in a second. That L1 is where we're typing this in. Now remember, this is the only part you have to get right because the calculator does everything else. So please take your time plugging these in. Okay, so I have my 8 pieces of data. So after you've typed that in, you're going to go to Second, Quit, and you're going to go back to your main screen. Okay, I don't think I put that step on the paper, but it's fine. So you're going to go to Second, Stat. We're going to scroll over to Math. And we're looking for the mean absolute deviation. So we start with the mean, which is number 3. Okay, so then we have the mean, we have to do the absolute value. So from there, we have our mean, we need to do the absolute value part. So you do second, 0, which takes us to the catalog. And there's all kinds of little shortcuts and stuff, but we want the very first one, which is absolute value, which gives us the little absolute value sign. Okay, so remember, we want the mean absolute deviation from that data that we typed into list 1. So in order to do list 1, if you look right above the 1 key, you'll see L1 in blue. So in order to access it, we have to hit second 1. Okay, so if we remember back to the way we did it in our book, we then have to take the mean of the list and subtract it from the mean of the deviation. So you have to subtract, and then we're going to do that same process one more time. You go to Second, Stat, go over to Math, hit number 3, do second 1 for L1, and then you close parentheses. Okay, and then once you hit Enter, it's going to tell you the mean absolute deviation is 2. So basically you're doing the same thing twice with your data. And then you should get the mean absolute deviation right there, which is what we got in the book. So there was another practice problem on that piece of paper I gave you. So go ahead and practice those and let me know if you have any questions.